Hi, welcome back to BRMC's Healthy Connections. And here today is Cindy Costa, Development Director for the Foundation at BRMC. And we're going to be talking about a new program that I know you put your heart and soul into, Miss Cindy, that's just recently started at BRMC, and it's called Heroes with Halos.
It is.
Tell us about Heroes.
It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There were different things that went on in the hospital that we saw, and we tried to figure out a way that we could create something around it. And one of the things was we've actually had patients, of course, after they've checked out, come to our office and say, you know, this nurse just gave me excellent care. And I tried to give her some money, but she said she wasn't allowed to take it, you know, and the person would be very frustrated because they just wanted to show their appreciation. And a lot of hospitals have programs for patients very much like this, and we came up with one that was called Heroes with Halos. And the nice thing about it, and it's not just for nurses, it is for physicians, nurses, it can be for housekeepers, food service workers, the people in registration, anybody at all that a patient ever comes in contact with when they're in the hospital. And, you know, if anybody who's ever been in the hospital knows they come in contact with a lot of people.
Sure.
And sometimes there's that one special person that just comes in and makes your day and maybe takes a little of the fear away, or maybe you're not feeling good and they've made you feel better just by what they've said or what they've done. They've gone that extra mile. And so this program is a way where we can recognize them. People will get a letter in the mail after they have left the hospital to give them this opportunity. And for a donation, we will honor their hero. It does not have to be a large donation. You know, we have had donations anywhere from $10 all the way up to $500 so far. But we want people to know that you don't have to give a great big donation in order to honor somebody that has taken good care of you, that has meant something to you. So after they send in their form, they will put on the form who it was that made them feel so special, and what department that they were in, maybe what shift. And if they don't know the person's name, that's okay. We have ways to find it out.
Sure.
Sure. We had somebody one day put Susan. Luckily, they did put the floor, but there were about 4 Susans on that floor. So all we did was track down who took care of that patient on the day that they were in there.
Right.
So you know, we can figure it out if they don't quite remember. We do put a bookmark in everybody's room that tells a little about the program that they can take home, and they can write that person's name down if they like on that, if they want to remember. After we get their letter back, and we always encourage everybody to share their story with us because we like to know what the person's done, then myself and our CEO, Ron Peterson, and our chief nurse, Kathy Hamill, and Barney Leary, who's the director of the foundation, we go to that person's department to surprise them. We say we look like the prize patrol, you know, coming in. And they're presented with a nice certificate and also a badge holder that says Heroes with Halos, so they can wear that proudly around the hospital. We always take their picture with everybody together. And just the other day, we presented one of the nurses on one of the floors with an award, and the minute we started reading her the patient story, she just broke down and cried. And, you know, everybody that was around started clapping for her and giving her a hug. And it just, you know, because maybe sometimes people say thank you to them, but, you know, the folks at the hospital just put their heart and soul into everything.
They do.
So this is a great way to recognize them, and we also put their name on various things. You know, we have the department intranet. You know, we'll put it on the internet so people can see all the listings. And if people get nominated more than once, we keep track of that. And then there's a special prize related if they get 10 recommendations.
10 recommendations.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this just keeps, this is something that just continues on. We've already awarded several. We have various departments that have been represented and a lot of physicians. And sometimes people just want to say, oh, the whole surgery staff was wonderful. So we'll come in and we'll recognize the whole surgery staff.
And bless your heart, and Mr. Peterson's and Kathy Hamill's and Barney Larry's for coming in. I know you do this oftentimes at the crack of dawn when you know
later in the evening,
or later in the evening when you know that you're going to reach that person that particular group. So. Because sometimes people don't always remember that it starts real early around the hospital, and it does go 24/7. So.
And our senior leaders are so thrilled to be able to do this. This is, they just truly enjoy being able to be there to present, and it's just a lot of fun. We're having a ball with it.
I'm so glad this is in effect, because we have marvelous nurses.
We do.
What was the heart of healthcare is service to others, and no one better than our nurses, physicians, ancillary staff. Everyone has the good heart, has gotten into healthcare for the right reasons at BRMC, and it's wonderful that this is a program that recognizes them. I think sometimes from a patient's viewpoint, here you've gone through, you're not at your best by any means if you're in the hospital. You know, when you're discharged, you have a million things to remember, even though everything's all written down for you in packet form and you take it home. But it's like, okay, new medication or a new program that you have to, physical therapy that you're going to go through, something, but you've got all of this new going on in your world. And then when all of that starts to smooth out and you think, boy, what was that nurse's name? Or, oh, that doctor that came in the middle of the night to see me, my goodness, that was just a really special person and answered all my questions and didn't act as though they were silly questions. I was really concerned, and they put me at ease, put me at rest. And so it's just so important to have a program like this that down the road somebody can recognize those that they truly felt went above and beyond for them.
Absolutely. And it's not just our paid employees either. It also reaches out to our volunteers. We have already honored several volunteers because of what they do, because they are invaluable to the hospital.
Absolutely.
And, you know, they have the time sometimes just to sit with a family that's a little nervous, maybe during another family member surgery, or just a variety of things. And our volunteers do so much, and they're everywhere. So, like I said, we feel like this program just can touch a lot of people, and like I said, everybody seems to be responding very well to it.
People love to be recognized.
They do.
And in front of their peers in particular, and especially by the senior leadership from the hospital. I mean, that's
very
to
important.
Say, wow, they really do know that I care and that I'm doing a good job.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't get any better than
that.
So
it's wonderful.
Yeah. I always think back to, they talk about things I've read over the years with what motivates people, and money is very far down on the list, whether most people know it or not. Exactly what you're doing is probably one of the highest things. People like to know that they've selected a vocation in life that is recognized and rewarded, and not a monetary reward, but recognition. Well,
we've even had some of these patients write a letter to accompany their donation saying, thank you so much for offering this kind of a program. It means so much to us because we wanted to do something. Right.
Because they're so grateful, truly grateful for the care they've received, for people being responsive to whatever their needs might be, whether it be the volunteers, whether it be, I mean, we've got just marvelous people coming into the room. If it's the housekeeper, with the big smile and trying to cheer people up. I think I've already got a mental image of several.
So.
So, well, and this program is going to continue on then.
It will
Go
just,
right
we'll
into
just keep
2000.
going on with it as, for as long as we can.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's been successful so far. So, we just we would like to keep going until we've been able to recognize everybody in that hospital.
Oh, and I'm sure that that's going to happen. And good for you, Cindy. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us today on BRMC's Healthy Connections.
Well, thank you for having me and letting me tell about these things.
And we'll have you back in the new year, believe me. And 2010 has been an interesting year. Can't wait for 2011, see what comes along. And I want to thank all of our viewers for joining us throughout 2010. We'll be back with you in 2011. We want to wish you and yours happy holidays.
Easy for you to say.
We want you to stay healthy, and we look forward to sharing more information, educating you on healthcare related issues in 2011. Join us again for BRMC's Healthy Connection. This is your host, Donna McMullen, wishing you the very best.